Hi, this is Dale Janota with School Board Support Services. I've been around this world for over 70 years, and I still have a strong desire to be productive. And I want to help people at the same time. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a salary analysis, a total compensation analysis for you, so you can see how your salaries compare with 2019-20 data. And when I do an analysis, I do it very much in depth. I'm going to look at salaries, I'm going to look at benefits, combine benefits to salaries, and do an analysis that way. We're going to be looking at salary on a per diem basis as well as a student teacher ratio basis. So when we look at compensation, I want to look at everything. So what I do is, and look again, this is 2019-20 data. I loaded in your county. You saw how long it took me to do that. I got one sentence manual. There's 917 schools in this study, so it took me a while to do. And what I do is in 1984, I developed what I call a 26-year earning power approach to teacher salary schedules, where I define the value of your structure with one number over a 26-year period. I like to look at things in the long range and what the impact is over a period of time. So what I do is I start a teacher at your BA 30, walk them through your structure for a 26-year period, defining the value of your salary schedule with one number. I use 26 years because that's the average number of years of service current retirees have that are drawing off a retirement system. Now I'm going to look at, I think this is Dunsmuir High School. I know it's a small district, but I want to show you what happens to them when I look at it in many different fashions. I look at it with salary, benefits, student teacher ratio. You're going to see quite a turnaround here. Now, you can put any schools in here that you want. Like I said, I got 917 schools here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it with the county right now. Okay, so when I look at Dunsmuir High School, their earning power, 1,420,508. Structurally, they were 164,000 below the county average, 11.6% below, and they rank 15th of the schools that I have in here. Okay, I got most of them. There's a couple here that I don't have. And you can see where you're at. Take a look at Eureka High School here. They're pretty high. But we're going to look at the benefits later on here. But first of all, let's look at something else here. I look at the BA 30 starting salary. You can see where they're at. You can see where you're at. They ranked 11th. Eureka High School is number 1. And then I look at, let's see what we do here. Okay, you can see they're number 11. I look at the biggest number with the BA 45 without a master's degree. I like to look at that number because nationally that tends to be the most a teacher can make without a master's degree. Not true in California, but in some areas, it's a nice benchmark to have. So we can see where they're there. Sometimes I use step 26 though. If you got a schedule that goes on and on and on, I just stop it at step 26. Believe it or not, I've seen schedules in California that have 40 steps. And they rank 15th there. And then I do the same thing with the top salary. Now, when I say top salary, again, it could be the 26th year. And it includes the master's degree, but not the PhD stipend. I do use the master's stipend in the computation of my earning power. You can see there they ranked 8th. Now let's look at benefits. Now benefits, you're all over the map here. In your case, every district has composite rates here, but in some cases we have a tier rate. But when I look at Eureka High School, their benefits are built into the schedule. So even though they look so high on salary, they don't, the benefits are built in, okay? And we have the number of days here. And look at the student-teacher ratio here. Because when I look at things with the student-teacher ratio, you're going to see weird things happen. Okay, but let's go back to salary and benefits together. Okay, and I'm kind of curious what happens to Eureka here. Okay, this is the salary and that. Salary and family. I do family and single both. In your case, your numbers will be the same. Okay, so let's see what happens to Eureka here, high school. They're number 2 now. The elementary is higher. Okay. See, their numbers the same here, 2,067, 403. When I did it with salary, it was the same because they have the benefits built in. And then let's see how we have here with, go back up here, go here, we see where they're at here. When I added the benefits, Dunsmore High School moved up, they're 12th. When I do benefits with entry-level pay, they're above average, they rank 9th. BA 45, top, they rank 15th. See there, they're above average there. Okay, but they have a lot of steps on their schedule. Okay, then the salary and single insurance, my numbers will be the same because everybody there has a composite rate, so I don't need to go into it. And when I look at benefits, you notice I have the number of days here. They have 182, there's 180, 186. Big Springs only goes 180. 6.91 boy, and then I'm using the 26 salary for my BA max and schedule max. If I do that, I footnote it accordingly. Okay, then I look at it on a per diem basis. Okay. Not much, there's quite a variance when you go from 180 to 186. It used to be quite significant when you were dealing with furlough days. That day I think is gone now. And then I do it based with family insurance. I'm not going to read this to you because it's pretty similar to the other ones. But the one I really want to emphasize is the one that I do based on student-teacher ratio. All of a sudden, Dunsmore is number 1. When you've got a small student-teacher ratio, and what that would represent would be the cost per student. The overall earning power, but I'm going to look at the base pay because that's going to make more sense to you. Okay, when I look at the base pay, BA 30 starting salary. Okay, the average BA 30 starting salary at Dunsmore costs $6,289 per student. You can see where everybody else is. They're pretty high there, but that's, you got only, 60 kids and 8 teachers. It makes it tough. Okay, and then I do the same thing here with benefits. Okay, they're still number 1. Let's see what happened to Eureka High. Okay, Eureka High School, when I do student-teacher ratio, they're higher than the elementary. Elementary, well, you don't worry about the dollars below average because that one right there skews it quite a bit. So they rank 7th, and that's nothing really to be concerned about. Oh, Weed Elementary, they're 4th. Okay. So anyway, then I do it also on a per diem basis. And this is the one I really like because legislatively, this should have a tremendous impact. Like, let's take a look at Eureka here. Okay. Eureka High School on salary. But this number means it's $18.64. BA 30 starting salary, it would mean that the salary cost per student per day for that individual teacher is $18.64. I think that makes education look like a pretty good bargain. When people talk about cost of education, if you break it down this way, and California is not funded that well. You're about $2,500 per student less than the national average. Okay, so you can see where those numbers are. So like if I look at, Mount Shasta. Okay, it's $15.96 is the average what it's going to cost for a BA 30. For somebody topped out on the schedule, it's going to be $25.44. And then it's also done with benefits. So, see, actually, Eureka High School's the same. Now, the elementary, for entry level pay, the salary cost per student at Eureka Elementary is $19.08. When I put the benefits in, it's still $19.08. That was the benefits. That's salary and single, salary and family. When I look at salary only, I got confused. There was $15.16. Anyway, we're going to go back to the beginning again. As I said, you can put any schools in here you want. I'm sure that when you're the bigger district, you don't want to look at the smaller districts. And I said, like I said, let's see how you compare with the state average here, just for fun. There's your earning power with salary only. If I look at the state average, it's 2,000. You're a little bit below state average. And then every district is in here. I got them all coded. All you ever have to do is to put in the code numbers of the schools that you want. For convenience sake, I've got everything sorted by county. But I'm going to do something crazy here. So if you're Eureka High School, I want you to pay attention to this. Okay, your benefits are built in. So I'm going to change that number. Now I loaded in your salary schedule. You got a weird schedule because you got that $22,000 amount that you give them after 22 years, and that's included in the earning power. So you kind of have a mixture of index and flat dollars. Okay, so you see this number 2,067 there, number one. When I looked at it with benefits, it was the same, but then they were number two. And then Eureka Elementary is paid $1,050. Just for fun, we're going to go over here, and you wanted to know, okay, if we pay the same benefits as the elementary, what would our salary schedule have to look like if we were to, I'm going to just do this, okay, plus this times 12, is that 12 or 20? Yeah. So if I subtract $12,600 off the salary schedule, oops, is that what it is? No. Plus, yeah. And then, oops, I got to subtract it. I'm adding it, and I got to subtract it. There we go, minus. So I'm going to subtract 12,000. There would be my earning power of my salary schedule. And you're going to go over here and see that the salary and benefits were still the same. You see when I combined it, you're still number two. But it gives you a chance to look at what would the salary schedule look like if we were going to pay the same benefits as the elementary school district. Now you have an index schedule, so I can change this to an index. And how much would I have to subtract? I figured it out ahead of time because this is not about giving you a math lesson here. So I'm going to go 16 point, let's see if I subtract 16.23065. So now your index schedule's in place. This is what your salary schedule would look like. You would have a $48,000 base. You put 48,000, you index your schedule, add the 22,000 to it, and add the benefits to it, and you get the same number. So it gives you a chance of looking at, well, let's see now. They keep talking about our benefits are built in. So anyway, looking at what we have here, I think you can see the pluses in terms of bargaining, and that student-teacher ratio should open up some eyes of the legislators. We have no child left behind. Let's have no legislator left behind. be fun to have the kids try to legislate that. That'd be a good project for them. Boy, no legislator could argue against that, could they? And then I also sorted my codes, like I got them sorted by district type and enrollment. I have them sorted for you by the cost per student. So if you wanted to just say, how do I compare with districts of my size? I got them sorted that way. All you have to do is copy and paste the code numbers here that you want to use, or you can just put them in manually, because what I have over here, they also here, and that's about the only cumbersome thing here when you got 917 schools to go through and find your numbers. But alphabetically, we can all spell. I think you can. I know you can. Anyway, so the cost of everything. I charge $595 for everything. Now, that doesn't just include this report. I mean, it includes this entire report where you got access to everybody. But also, there's still 240 schools that are working under previous year's data. So what I will be doing is between now and November, this also includes the updates. So to order, just respond to this email, tell me you want it, I send it to you. And one thing I always like to do is I want to make sure you have my phone number, my website, my email address, my name, my thing. I actually do answer the phone. I'm on call 23 hours a day. And I always hate it when you go to a website and there's no phone number. God, that ticks me off because I want to talk to them, and then they don't want to talk. But I like to talk. So anyway, I like what I do. I hope you like what I do. I've been doing this since 1984, and I've worked with over 7,500 school districts in that time frame. So thank you much, and I hope to hear from you.